This is Wrap the News. When God preps you to be a servant of His, to be a watchman, to be a messenger, to reveal what He wants you to reveal to the people, He takes you through a lot of things to give you a great understanding. You're not in a life of comfort. You're not in a life of ease. You're not in a life of pleasure. God, first of all, turns you to Him. And then you go through a lot of changes. It's just like the Karate Kid. Even if it sounds funny or stupid, it is like it. You're doing all of these different chores and everything else and washing the vehicle a certain way and doing that, and all of a sudden you're angry and you're telling the karate instructor, look, I came here to learn karate, and all you doing is teaching me how to clean for you and stuff like that. I'm tired of being your slave. This is what we do to God. And then the karate man throws a punch, and all of a sudden you block it some weird way, and your brain was being trained, and you did not know. And then he's showing you technique after technique after technique that you learned, and you was unaware that you were being groomed for something. And so that is what has happened in my life. So he gave me a very rough childhood, where I just had to sit and examine people. And I'm good at examining people, and sizing them up and seeing if they're real or not. God did that to me in my life when I was a kid. Like, I don't take people on face value. I study you. And then after careful consideration, then I come up with a hypothesis or a truth. So with that being said, my brothers and sisters had summed me up to be the, I don't know, like the player of the family, the this or that, the funny guy, the bum, the spontaneous guy with no job and can't seem to get his life together and stuff like that. They didn't know I was like Job under a trial. That God was blocking me from jobs, God was blocking this, God was blocking that. Some of you experience this, where God has blocked you from everything except for worshiping Him. And one day I was on my hands and knees praying to God loudly, saying, you have blocked me from everything, and I know it's you. All I can do is read this book and pray. That's what I said loudly to God. And then the light turned all the way on. Ding! Priest, that's all I wanted you to do. Who get that? And from that point on, many, over 20 years, I've been doing nothing but that. Because that's the only thing He allowed to work. So before I was doing that, we're going to read the scripture first. Obadiah 1:18. Shall I not in that day, and we're in that day, says the Lord, the Most High God, even destroy the wise men out of Edom. He going to make them look foolish. I'm going to explain to you all of this. And the understanding out of the mount of Esau. And so we're all groomed from school to be slaves, tax slaves, servants, right? Not so me. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I am going to show people. I'm going to see. This is how I talked. Maybe some of you talk like this. I'm going to have a mansion or a couple of mansions. I'm going to have every damn car that I ever wanted. This is me. I'm going to have 2 huge ass damn pools that you could swim from the outside to the inside of the property. Yeah, swim. I love swimming, And so that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to show everybody that I was smarter than them. That's what I set to prove. I'm going to show you what I learned, God willing. So we're going to take these 2 knuckleheads as an example. We're going to listen to them because, I was here.
what an exciting today. Today we return to the classics. Wrap the News, a man we have been checking in on periodically before we even had a show for years at this point.
One we hold near and dear to our hearts.
Let's
a true legend of Space Weirdo Friday.
How many subscribers is he?
Yeah, what's he clocking these days?
So here's they studying you, and then here's me studying them. You know, before I even said anything, put out any video, I put out a dumb little video about them. I don't like to let people know who I am and what I am. You know, I like to let them guess. You know, think that I'm crazy, think that I'm saying something stupid, and watch. In the end, which matters, the end matters. Not what we're going through and all this bullshit we're going through right now. The end matters. So this is why the Most High God is saying, in that day, because this is the only thing that matters. This is what they don't know. In that day, I'm going to destroy their intelligence, what they thought was smart. Let's show you what God is talking about. So you take these two random motherfuckers, right? And he got this Illuminati shirt on, right? So this is his logo, his company, and stuff like that. And he's proudly wearing this. The reason why he has a Compton hat on is mockery. To say Wrap the News is from Compton. I've been to Compton, but I don't live in Compton. So with that said, we're going to move on. So their show right here is just about mocking me, to make me seem stupid, small, to make a joke out of everything that I'm saying. The best way, they being paid to do this, right? So watch this. I want you to look at their name. We're going to study them. Hidden in Plain Sight Radio, right? Now, we're going to Google that, Hidden in Plain Sight Radio. You're going to know their Twitter.com, Splunk.com, PodcastApple.com, PodcastNews.com. I've done all of this, so what they're doing is not new. This is old news to me, you know. At htpmissions.org, and I'm going to tell you what we're looking at right here in a minute. YouTube, some of you already know, right? They're trying to get a top 10 ranking in a Google algorithm, right? This is what they're doing. So they got somebody, whether they're doing it themselves or they got somebody trying to give them a top 10 ranking by taking their web pages and everything else and linking them to other websites and other things. And the more people that link to you, know, the higher the ranking, and then doing all the things, tweaking the website so it can get a higher ranking on Google. You want to be in the top 10. So when you scroll down, you want to see Hidden in Plain Sight Radio somewhere. One of the things about making a long name like that, it's bad when you are doing a website. And it's bad when you're trying to do, because the name is so damn long. Something with the name, right? Even though people have long names, they know ways to get around that. So anyway, you want a high-ranking website. So you got these people, the SEOs and everything else, they're going to help you prove it. They're going to charge you a fee. And you're paying these people, and they're going to show you evidence of the work. So if you type in this now, they're going to use some keywords, right? You type in this keyword and this keyword. This is the most searched keywords. With the most searched keywords is what you want the ranking on, right? I've done all of this, right, with my corporations and everything else. So anyway, so they are a podcast show, right? A radio show. So basically, when you type in podcast radio show, you want to appear right up here. You know, you want to be the first thing that people see. So if somebody is looking for somebody to sponsor something on their business or something like that, and they're looking for the best is going to be right up top usually, right? These are the people that's going to get clicked on right away. So if you look at their podcast name, it's Hidden in Plain Sight Radio. If you type in radio shows and everything else, or podcast radio show, they're not going to be nowhere near this because they're not quite where they need to be at, right? If you type in radio show, new radio shows, somebody want to know somebody that's up and coming and stuff like that, they might have some work for them or anything else. You look in there, they're not going to be there, right? They're not going to be there. Why? Because they're not quite there yet. So while they trying to dumb you down, putting a Compton hat on, going through all of this stuff, trying to say every word that you say. Oh, he talked in the Ebonics, and he did this, and he said this, right? Trying to belittle you, they belittling themselves. They don't even understand, right? So they're not getting the top 10 ranking. They're not going to be on no news radio show or even just radio show. You ain't going to see Hidden and Plain if you see that they big. So you ain't going to see Hidden in Plain Sight radio show nowhere in the top 10, 20, or 100 probably, except for on some dumb keyword. So we're playing the money game now with these jackasses because this is why they're doing it. They're doing it for money, right? They're doing it for fame. They're doing it for fortune. I've been there, people. So the next thing they're going to do, they're going to incorporate. This is why he got this logo and everything else on his shirt, I believe, if he have half a fucking brain. So this is probably the company logo right here. Hidden in Plain Sight Radio Inc. LLC or whatever. If it's the LLC, he's hooked up with partners, investors or something like that. INC, S Corp, whatever. We know exactly what he's doing. So even if, watch, I didn't even click on this. They said incorporate online for $49. That ain't gonna happen. It's a whole lot more to it than just $49. And after you get through typing in all of your information and shit like that, you should be right around $900. I'm talking about if you just get away with bloody murder, you should at least be around $300 or $400. Doing a corporation. I did this too. I incorporated businesses. If people don't know who Rap the News is, people think, oh, because you bumbling and stumbling and stuff like that, because you have a lisp or anything else reading the scriptures, you have to be a dumb motherfucker. But when they go up against me, they see that I'm not. See, they can think whatever they want to think, challenge the master and get your ass whooped. So they're going to get this is what these jackasses do. They're going to get their corporation, right? They got their corporation. They're going to figure out, okay, masters, tell us which corporation to get. Should we get an LLC, an INC, an S Corp, this Corp, that Corp? Right? They're going to say, well, it's a bunch of you, so you're going to get an LLC, and all of you are going to have shares in this corporation. Okay. Then they're going to get an EIN number, right? An employer identification number, right? We're playing the money game here. And so they serious about doing business, right? So now they registered with the city, they registered with the state, right? They got a doing business as, they got an EIN number, right? Oh, but they want to be big shots. So they're going to also get a Duns and Bradstreet number. And this is straight corporate right here. Now we're going to be corporation, and we're going to build our Duns, our credit on Duns and Bradstreet. So we're going to be building business credit. How you build business credit? By doing business with businesses that report to Duns and Bradstreet, and they report to the rest of the places. So my brain can't even think of it at this particular time, and that's the devil messing with you. And so now you're building up business credit, right? Now you need to apply for business loans and business credit. Well, see, the mistake that I made and they may be making the same mistake. Maybe they don't know that they're only going to lend you so much money. The top amount of money that they would lend me was $50,000. The top amount of money at one time that they gave me was $30,000 on a card, right? And you start getting all of these credit cards, right? And what you're doing with these credit cards is just you're spending just enough on the card to keep building up the credit, your business credit. Then if you got poor personal credit, you can use your business credit to pay off. They give you these checks, and you can pay off your personal credit with these checks, right? And then slowly pay back or up the business credit. But you don't want your business credit to go bad, because once it go bad, nobody's going to deal with you. Okay, so in order to get a higher loan and a credit card with a higher amount on it, it depends on what your business area is. See, if I'm doing business in Compton, they have a list already. Businesses in Compton, this is how much they make. They only make $10,000 to $30,000 a year. Pretty much these mom and pop stores. We can only give them $15,000 credit. So you go to somewhere in some lucrative business area, where it's major import exports. They dealing in the billions, right? And that's where your business need to be located. You need to find an office or somewhere in a lucrative business area to get a higher credit rating and a higher credit amount and a higher loan. If you're in Compton, you ain't getting shit. And that's so the black man and the poor stay where you are, because you don't know the game, right? You're a smart man, you're Edom, you're the wise man in Edom. Now, you want to know how to get a bank loan without collateral, because see, Rap the News been there too. So I've been in the bank, and it's such an unfair place, especially when you black. You go in the bank. So let's say this is a true story. I told it online before. I was at the bank, and it was me, and in the next booth it was the Korean guy. Me and the Korean guy could see each other. Both of us was applying for a loan. The Korean guy was new, hadn't been in America no more than 3 to 5 years, right? And here I've been in America all my life, me and my forefathers, right? Slaving for this whack ass country, right? And then they approved him for a loan with no collateral, and they would not give me a loan because you don't have collateral. We see you have excellent business credit. We see you're done score. We see you have excellent personal credit, but credit is not cutting it, buddy. We cannot give you a loan because we need a heavy down payment or some collateral just in case you don't pay us back our money. And this is what they do to keep you down again. So now you need to learn how to get a bank loan without collateral, or now you got to get into the real estate business. So that's the next move Rap the News made. So I got to get my real estate license and get into the real estate game. So now I'm interested in doing tax liens on property and stuff like that. People who couldn't pay the taxes on their property, you go and pay the taxes on the property and take over. The bank just selling the property for how much that people owe them on taxes or whatever the hell is the deal. So now you flipping old raggedy houses and shit like that. You finding a good deal, and there's a bunch of like sharks out there looking for these damn places. So it ain't gonna be easy, right? Because everybody's looking for a good deal, and they know one when they see one. So you just got to get lucky. Everybody's doing tax liens who know. Why not just pay this little $15,000 on a $200,000, $300,000 property, flip that and make a ton of money, right? So I got into this. I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna show my brothers and sisters. I'm gonna show my mother and father I ain't dumb like the rest of them. I smart, right? This is what God is doing to me right here, right? I smart, and then all we do is talk smart talk in my house, me and my family. This is what we're doing, and this is what they're doing. It's almost like the story of mice and men. See, guys like us, there they go. You see, guys like us, we're not like them. See, we go out there, we smart. We're gonna invest in this. We're gonna invest in this. We're gonna build our. We're gonna get our EIN. We're gonna get our INC. We're gonna get our Dunn Street. We're gonna build some lucrative business credit in a lucrative area. We're gonna get loans and we're gonna flip houses. And then I buy 2 or 3 houses. I got $2 million in credit. We're fine. We's the smart ones. See, they don't teach you this in school. And then when the dummies call you, be like, "Oh, I'm in college." Smart people don't respect college. Smart people don't respect college. All you being is trained to be a slave. They don't even get it. And so you now you flipping properties and shit like that, right? Now you want to look for something you can get into, like a fast food chain, right? Some franchise. You don't want to be there at the business. You want to hire a good manager that ain't going to rip you off too damn much. Put them in charge. Put some cameras up in your McDonald's, your Taco Bell, whatever franchise. So if you don't think I was into all of this, I was into it all. And dropped it like a hot rock. Right? And so at the end of all of this stuff, when everything, you got your business credit, everything is built up the way you want to, you all set up to be a millionaire. You talk to people about different businesses that you want to get into. You done been downtown and everything. You went to what the city planning is. You're trying to zone your thing. You're trying to get tax credits and everything on your business, right? Because you want to save. You don't want to open a business and you're just getting screwed over by the state and the city, right? So you want to zone your business properly. See? And he just think I'm some dumb nigga from Compton. Let him think whatever the fuck he want to think. He gonna find out who he is and who I am. Right? So we in franchising and everything else. I got it all set up, and God did this. But in the meantime and in between time, I show people a video on this, and I showed my bank statements. I don't even have a bank account now. Won't get no bank account. I'm not even into that devil shit anymore. And so I showed my bank statements and how much money was coming in because I was doing import and export. Right? I had my contacts in China, and that's just on my life. And we did business, me and China, people in China. Right? I would buy from China. I would sell in the U.S. Right? Everything from games to shoes. I would sell it. Whatever was in, that's what I was selling. In the meantime, in between time, while I'm building up all my business credit and everything else I need to do to look rich. If I tell you my company name right now, you could type it in, and guess what's going to happen? It's going to be just like this. It's going to be everywhere. All you're going to see is my business and its businesses all the way up and down. They know everything about you. They doing stats on your businesses and everything else. It's satanic. Turn the air conditioner on because it's hot. It's satanic how they monitor that money. I told you the bank came into and closed my account because they said the average person only makes this amount of money. I swear to God they told me this. Words of this, effect. The average person only makes this money. And you have this business And I put that business online so I can show people that part of what I was doing. I didn't show them the whole caboodle, just this part of what I was doing. And they said, we think that you are doing a pyramid scheme and you're ripping the people off and stuff like that, right? Everybody else is doing a pyramid scheme. But if it looks like you're doing one, they close my business account because you don't even know how deep this game is. They into devil worship and they don't want you to make it. They don't. How do you make it in the devil's society without selling your soul? You'll get it. All of this stuff has something to do with your soul. So we'll get into that part of it. So I did all of this stuff, and then one day God was like, now, Rap the News, why'd you do all this? Like, what's the game? Do people respect you? Do people respect your new vehicle you just bought? Your new SUV? See? Do people respect, they get jealous. They hate you. The more you make money, the more you elevate, they hate you. And I was like, what's the name? It's like, I thought you'd be happy I made it. Nah, they hate you. They hate you unless you're giving some of that money. And even if you're giving them some of the money, they're going to talk about you like a dog and hate you still. See? That's the world for you. They ain't going to say, well, damn, we thought you was a stupid motherfucker, and now we respect you. No. You know what they came and told me? Wasn't you on the county? Wait. This is family members telling me this shit. You're talking all this business bullshit, but aren't you on Section 8? I'm trying to figure, they ain't trying to figure shit out. They are trying to belittle you because they know goddamn well you're smarter than them. And they hate that. They know goddamn well you're smarter than them. And you know shit they don't know. And they're trying to belittle you. Every little thing you say and do, and that's why he's wearing the Compton hat, because Rap the News supposedly lives in Compton. Ha 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 ha. He's got his little 2-foot bomb shelter in Compton. Little small brain, pea brain, Negro. Ha 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 ha. Right? God is saying, Rap the News. What is a man's profited if he shall gain the whole world? So what profits a man if he gains the whole world and loses soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? So we only supposed to be serving the Most High God. Look how much trying to build up your Google ranking, paying all of these people to build up your shit for you, because you ain't gonna do it. It's hard work, or it's tedious work. You're trying to rank, in the satanic system. You got your INC, you registered, they know you. See, even with this, let's say they walk into your business and they slip and fall and bust their head or something. I have seen people, who have hurt them, like this one guy I know. He got into a motorcycle accident. He walked in on his job. He was already injured from the motorcycle accident. He didn't go to the hospital. He walked in on the job and he fell down. Then he got to the hospital and he sued the company that he worked for. It wasn't even the company that he worked for. He was already jacked up. So what happens when somebody with some bright idea go into your chain food restaurant or your franchise and bust their ass in there? Now your insurance and shit, you got to pay for that shit. Right? They know exactly who to come get. So when you're getting INC, LLC and all that, you got to learn how to hide so they don't know who to come after. You are an employee in your own company. You are not the CEO if you have a brain, or the boss, unless you know what the fuck you doing and how to cover your ass. And you're getting an EIN for the devil, a Dunn Street for the devil. You're serving the devil. building up your business credit for the devil, doing everything like a good little slave, like Master done taught you. Here, see, you ain't the college minded motherfucker. You's the business corporation minded motherfucker. You buying this whole world. You buying real estate, getting personal loans, tax liens, everything, right? You enter the franchises and you gain the whole world now. But what did you do for your spirit? Nothing. So if I come, you own the restaurant, you own Taco Bell, you own McDonald's, you own Kentucky Fried Chicken, Church's Chicken, you own that. You say, I've made it, sir. Right? And then you go to hell owning all that shit. How is that going to profit you? Are you going to sell God your McDonald's franchise? Are you going to tell God how hard you work for the S Corporation, the LLC, how hard you work and how much money and effort you put into the Google ranking and everything else? You're going to tell God that? You're going to use your master degree you got from college and you're going to hand that to God and He's going to let you in because you're an excellent student of the white man? And his corporation, because every city and every state is a corporation. Every country is a damn corporation, and you are doing business as. Everybody is a damn straw man, right? So we'll go to the next one. See, now, no servant can serve two masters. Luke 16:13. Either he will hate the one, you hate God and all his kingdom and everything else, and sell it all and follow me. You hate that. Because you need to be seen in the eyes of men with all your money. You got to show these men you the smartest, Floyd Mayweather. You the most wisest. You undefeatable. Oh, look at my GD title. Right? Or else you would hold to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Mammon means two things: an idol God and money. An idol God and money. So, watch this. At the end of the day, they gained the whole world and they lost their souls. They can look good to men on this earth. I could look good to men on this earth. If I kept going, I guarantee you I'd be in the multi-millions by now. Stressing out over property depreciation. Right? And then these people who appear like they know what they talking about and they smart, watch this, sound like this, Beavis and Butthead. Let's play them. And let's play them.
What?
Let's turn them up.
Fox. Yeah.
'Cause that's what they sound like and look like to me. This is what they look like to God. This is Wrap the News.